Hey folks, it's time for another Doctor Who review, and rather surprisingly, we got a full house this week.
No, we don't. Don't be silly.
Oh, you mean I just imagine the fact that the three of you in the call with me?
Yes.
Son of a bitch.
I am the ghost of Christmas past.
It's not. It's too early for that, Cat. Shut up.
No, it's not, according to all the stores.
Oh.
Seriously, it was August and I saw Halloween stuff going up.
Yeah, well.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
The stores
you
you
can
go
never
to.
be too early.
Stores you go to are weird. Anyway, we've got a full house. We've got Freezing Inferno, Cat, and Kuchiri back from his absence from last week, and we are here to discuss The Woman Who Lived. Oh boy.
It was good.
And that's it. All right. Good talk, guys.
Is that what you came here
Man,
for?
that was our fastest one
That's
yet.
a crazy. No. It's better than good. At least I think it's better than good. And Kat's been raving about this episode all week.
It's wow. Okay, Cat. Wow. She's taken my role. Usually I'm the one screaming about Doctor Who, but okay. I like this.
So let us jump straight.
Hang on. Wait. Does that mean that Cat has become a mirror of me?
Oh my god, we're getting into this already. You will have plenty of opportunities for mirror comparisons later on. Just cool your jets.
Oh boy.
So,
What have we done?
as always, we begin at the beginning, as the king said, with the introductory sequence. And this week we got Highwayman.
Hooray.
Highwaywoman. God.
Well, we don't know that until after she unmasks.
Gotta be politically correct.
Okay, to be fair, we all knew it was going to be her anyways, but in the context of the scene, it was a guy to everybody.
Yeah, and also you say Highwaywoman, but they didn't. I don't think they existed.
No, not really.
Not being sexist or anything like that.
Man, you're making me triggered. Fuck, I'm gonna go start to Tumblr about
Let's
this
not
now.
go over that again, please.
What in the name of God are you even? What? No.
I identify as like a lamp, so like, you're triggering me right now.
At least you don't like me. You don't sexually identify as an AT-AT walker from Star Wars. Right, moving on.
For the love of God, people.
By the way, that's sarcasm. If anyone
Like I am like
realized.
atheist, so that's like totally offensive to me that you talk about like God.
As I say, if you can't appreciate the sarcasm, people move on. Right.
So now
Yeah,
you
not
start
serious,
with
by the
our
way.
audience.
One thing I liked about this introductory sequence, much like all the other introductory sequences, is they can always be taken as their own kind of little mini episode, apart from one. Beethoven's Fifth.
I'm not gonna say that. No, we're not bitching about that now. We've done
We're
it.
gonna stay on course.
No, I just said apart from that one. I'm allowed to do. I'm the host, goddammit.
Wait, didn't you fire yourself 2 weeks ago?
And then rehired myself.
Uh-huh.
You goddamn fine printing son of a bitch.
I said
I'll
blotted
get this
it, but
thing
anyway. Can we get back to this, please?
back. Yeah.
Basically, couples being robbed by a highwaywoman, and basically the doctor shows up
Basically.
and ruins a robbery, and you
Can't
find out
play
that the
nice.
highwaywoman's actually a she-devil from last episode, and it's been 800 years.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. What took you so long, old man?
And when we saw that line in the trailer, we all thought Maisie Williams was going to be Susan or something.
I was
Super
expecting.
important
I was
person.
expecting Time Lady.
I wasn't expecting any of that at all. I figured she was immortal, and she's been waiting for him for...
No. We're talking
Excellent.
about the first, not the next time trailer, but the
Oh.
first
I
series
thought it might have
trailer.
been another River Song thing where she was going backwards to his
Oh
sword.
God, please no. River's great, but we don't need another one of her.
No.
I'm pretty sure... Shield, who in this episode is referring to herself as me, Lady Me, is going to be a character that'll show up in the next few years to come.
I think you're probably right, but we can touch on that a bit later on. One thing I will point out about this introduction, on the first watch I thought the voice of the Nightmare, her highway woman, thank you, Kuchiri, counterpart. No, I thought it was Maisie Williams' voice put through some sort of voice modifier.
Nope.
On second watch, no, it was actually overdubbed by an actor called Will Brown. And I can find no information on this guy, so I can only assume it's either his first role on TV or he's a member of the production team.
He has a good
He's
voice.
an intern who stumbled in and said something and perfect.
Well,
You're on.
it worked for the guy that voiced General Grievous.
Oh, Jesus.
He was an animator and he got a job. So it might be the same thing. I'm just speculating. By the way, on the off chance that Mr. Brown is watching this, I apologise.
You
Right.
were actually
Has
pretty
anyone
good.
watched this?
You have
Yeesh.
5 pain.
No, you drove everyone away when you started making Tumblr jokes.
We have already got way off topic. So the main thing about this episode, written by Catherine Treganna, who is a newcomer to Doctor Who, but not to writing for science fiction because she's written for Torchwood, as I explained last week. Yeah, thank you for the shuddering there, Fresno. She's written for Torchwood, and this was almost kind of like a two-hander between two outstanding actors. And we have to mention the star of the show, first of all. Well, the star of most of the show for this series, but not necessarily this week, Peter Capaldi.
It's good. It's very, very good.
Does anybody got anything they want to say about the Doctor?
Yeah, I can say some things, I think.
Does it involve mirrors?
That's for when we get to a Shielder.
No!
That's for when we get to a Shielder.
Yeah, that is when we get to a Shielder. But I will say that, well, it's hard to talk about the Doctor without also talking about the Shielder because of that. But I will say that I really do love that he does share a lot of perspective of being a really, really old, quasi-immortal being. Like, he's able to relate with a Shielder for once, which is something he rarely gets to do with somebody. The only other closest person would be, like, Missy, but, well, that's a whole other
It's
web
Missy.
of stuff. Yeah. So that's a whole other thing, but just straight talking about immortality and valuing the lives of valuing the lives of human beings, even though they're oh so short, that sort of thing. Being the Doctor, basically. So he's good. He's got a lot of good stuff in this one, and I did like the intro a lot because of the comedy bits. It was silly. It was fun.
I forgot to mention that when he goes through the carriage.
This is my robbery. Well, can't we share?
That's the whole point of a robbery, right?
You've bungled my house. No, you've bungled mine, Zorro.
Beautiful.
There wasn't as much comedy as last week,
There's still a good amount.
but the right amount, I would argue.
The climax of the episode is all comedy. Basically.
No, it's not.
Well,
It's laughably bad.
We're
It's
getting to that later.
it's an
Will you
attempt
stop
at
jumping to very?
he can't help it. I can't help talking about mirrors. He can't help saying something sucks.
Wow, ouch. Yeah, by the way, you guys misportrayed half the shit I said last week. Just saying.
No, we did.
I actually liked last week's episode. You
We
guys
didn't
kept
say
saying
you didn't. We didn't say you didn't. We said you had things that you
said
didn't
had
like.
problems.
That doesn't mean you didn't like the
Quoted
episode.
Exactly what you typed out.
That doesn't mean you didn't like the episode.
So, what did you think of the Doctor? You two, 3, 4, 5, however many people are here.
Did nothing like extra from the previous episodes. It was just a really solid performance.
Yeah, that's fair-ish.
It always is, though, isn't it?
More of an emotional episode than it was an action episode, I think.
Well,
But they apparently have some sort of action quota or something, hence the end, but we're going to get to that later. But I
Action
think
quota.
he did really, really well in his emotional aspect of this.
He always does, though. I mean, as
he
I've
nails it.
hinted before, you can count on Peter Capaldi to deliver the goods every time.
Oh, yeah.
So we're actually having less and less to say about him each and every week.
Because it's the same thing each and every week.
But that's
I
not
mean-
a bad thing.
Can I say, though, that every time I see him in his hoodie, he always looks like a homeless man?
Yeah,
Oh, jeez.
you can.
That they actually did
It's
a.
now.
There was actually a thing on that, like the changes they made between season 8 and 9. And, he went for a minimalist look, trying to not have frills and shit last year. Now he's trying to just be the loving hippie now. kind of
Loving
deal.
hippie.
Loving
Yeah.
him.
That's
Yeah,
an
like-
interesting take on him.
I should note he is back to his like cool Pertwee-ish jacket rather than the.
No, he's always had
sort of
it.
thing.
He's always had it. He's now wearing different colored shirts.
Yeah,
Last-
he wasn't wearing the Hartnell pants this time.
Do you know what else he was wearing in this episode? Sonic sunglasses.
I still wonder how the heck he fixed it because there was no tape.
He
on the
didn't.
bottom.
TARDIS console produced him a new one.
Oh, that's stupid. Yeah.
It's not in the episode, but that's the easiest way to just gloss over that.
It made a new sonic screwdriver. Why can't it make new sonic sunglasses?
The glasses did nothing other than light a couple of candles for a bit of comedic effect.
Yeah.
You know what I think would have been really funny though, if he couldn't find the exact same pair of sunglasses and it made like these really freaky ones, like the ones you
With like
get.
butterflies on them.
No, like the ones you get the New Year, where it has the New Year and the glasses are through that.
Oh God!
Something like that would.
Well,
be
he
really fun.
can't get the old pair because one half is in 8th century Viking Norway, and the other is in the Maya's spaceship.
Oh.
So it was a new pair.
But still, it would have been funny if they had changed it up a bit. And it's like
Well-
that's all.
I'll be honest, I only mentioned that to antagonize Kuchiri. I'm sorry, but
Yeah, no, you guys seem to do that a lot now.
oh, we do it in jest. It's all good fun.
We
We
rib
do it
because we
because
love.
we despise you.
Oh God!
Oh my God. Maybe Cat isn't my dark mirror after all.
Can we move on?
Yes.
Please, can we move on?
Yes.
Before I have to stop an argument or a fight. Let's move on
Trust me,
to
that'll be for later.
the main focus of this episode is not the Doctor.
Oh no.
It is in fact a shielder, or as she's
Hey.
now calling herself, confusing the hell out of everybody, me.
Hey, you know what sucks about this episode? Is that Clara didn't do anything in it. In fact, she wasn't even in the thing.
Yeah, I kind of wish they would have made Maisie Williams name show up in the intro because she really
I
was.
agree with that.
I can agree there,
Yeah.
yeah. But I'm just being facetious.
In fact, if anything, I go one step further. It's not that she was the Doctor's companion; he was hers.
Oh,
Yep.
yes.
Yeah, they said like a dozen times. He's your psychic.
That was funny. The way they milked that. I don't know how to be psychic. Come along, psychic.
But
Oh, and then the dad moment.
Yeah.
bad moment. Can I?
Come along, Dad.
Can I praise Maisie Williams, please?
I think we're all going to,
Oh,
but
please,
please
yeah.
take your turn.
Okay, my God, she nails it out of the park. Lady Me is a marked contrast to the optimism and I don't know, storytelling imagination of a shielder. Lady Me is basically just bitter as hell. She's had the same sort of experience as the Doctor. She's lived for so long, but she's not a Time Lord. Now, the Time Lords, I guess, they have a hell of a lot more headspace than humans do, so basically she can't remember too much, so she's resorted to writing it all down in journals, and she's really forgotten stuff. It takes her a while to even remember the name of Shielder. Just, oh yeah, that's what they called me 800 years ago.
I don't think it is that, if I may interject. I think that's her coping mechanism.
Possibly that too. Yeah, because it is difficult, and you do see a couple of glimpses. There's some that are played for humor, like, I was a queen, and then I jumped out of the coffin before they burned me. Oh, and then these silly people tried to drown me for being a witch. Those
She
peasants.
cured an entire version of Scarlet Fever, and for that she was accused of being a witch.
Yeah, but then you get the heavy stuff, like she had children, and they died of the Black Plague, and then she swore no more children.
Oh,
never
God.
again. Now that was...
There are other memories that are so painful she rips them out of her books that she calls memories.
Right, well, again, I want to pull this up again. Is that the truth? Or could it be there's more to it than it first seems?
Well, it's
I-
possible.
Is it
think it's the
possible?
truth.
Is it possible
I'll
they
take-
were ripped out because the Doctor and the audience wasn't supposed to see them?
I can take it at face value for now, but here's the thing: that Black Death scene, it's kind of like the end of Girl Who Died in that. Well, it does have narration over it, so it's not quite. But still, the silent grief on Lady Me's face.
Well, she's not actually Lady Me at that point.
Well, I'm going to call her that.
She gets the name Me from that diary entry
Okay. Well,
because she says from now on it's me against the world.
Okay. Well, I'm just calling her that for simplicity because.
Yeah, I think we'll call her Lady Me because it's so much isn't saying
Just
me
call
all
her
the time.
Lady Me for the episode.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
can I point out that their first little meeting in this episode was literally who's on first?
Oh God.
It was literally who's on first. He said, what? He said, who are you? Me. Yes, I know you, but there's no one else here.
Oh.
But yeah, I thought she did fantastically well.
And well, Shielder, yeah, she's yep, you guessed it. She's another sort of dark mirror of the Doctor. Whereas Clara, well, Clara's just a mirror, but she's darkened because, lots of ethics. But Shielder's even more darkened because she's basically got all the immortality, but she doesn't really care about human life as such because, they die in a second anyway, so who cares?
We've got to give props to Kat here, because last week she speculated that she would turn into an anti-hero, and that's exactly what she did.
Oh, yes. There you go.
I know what I'm doing.
She does cross back over into the side of light, or maybe she doesn't, we don't know yet, but...
Well, somewhere. She does have a revelation that, oh my god, I care.
We'll get to that in the conclusion, but
anyway,
she almost becomes a full villain, and then she doesn't, but we'll get to that later.
She pulls it fantastically. I really liked her a lot in this episode. It definitely a great little contrast to the Doctor, and it really does show the difference, because even though the Doctor can be a jerk sometimes and callous, he does care, even about the little people, the small lives and whatnot.
Yeah. And
while we're on this topic, I think Kuchiri and I should give our very opposite ideas on what Lady Me is in this episode.
Go on.
Oh,
no,
boy.
we're not having opposite ideas. You think that the whole episode, even though she killed people and shit like that, you think that she's actually more caring than the Doctor. I think she honestly
I never said she was more caring than the Doctor. I said she still cares.
I am the opposite. I think she's made herself so detached from the world because of, her wanting to stay away from everyone, that she's hardened herself to the point where she doesn't care.
She has, at the point of the story that the line kicks in, you're absolutely right. I mean, at the start, she's being very caring. She founds a leper colony. She is somebody's queen. She is trying to save the village from the scarlet fever. Then the Black Plague happens, she loses her children, and that's the turning point.
I think it's less that she doesn't care at all, and more that she doesn't want to care. So she's trying to suppress this, and that's why, at the end, she finds that, yes, she does care. There's no way for her to not care.
Yeah.
She's been hiding it.
That's echoed at the end of there. She says, my god, I do care, and the Doctor's reply, infuriating, isn't it?
Hurts, doesn't it? I think it's something along those lines.
One of those. Infuriating, I thought it was, but okay.
But again, we're straying to the finale when we shouldn't be.
Well,
not the finale.
No,
the last 10 minutes.
We could talk about the finale because we're talking. Yeah, we're talking about their character development.
I suppose,
and
but
there's another bad guy in this episode, but
well, yeah. I'm glad you mentioned that. I think we should move on to that now because, as I said, this was a two-hander almost. There were a couple of supporting characters.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't do much.
Nah.
One that did perhaps more than the other would be Sam Swift, played by Rufus Hound.
I don't know who that is.
That was the robber.
No. I mean, I don't know.
Rufus Hound is a UK comedian and actor.
Yeah. I know who Sam Swift is. Yeah, he's like a rival highwayman. He's got what he thinks is a sharp wit, but really just banters a lot. I
was torn on Sam Swift. The first scene I saw him, didn't like him at all, didn't care for him. Also, if I didn't know it was Rufus Hound, I wouldn't have recognised him because he looked very different with all the
magic of makeup.
Yeah, magic of makeup, magic of fake eyebrows. Mm-hmm. One thing I do have to mention is that he was messing about on the set because they have Doctor Who Extra, and last week they had Maisie Cam where she was sort of filming rehearsal. And this week, Rufus Hound's turn, they had Rufus Cam. And you could tell he and Maisie Williams were really getting on despite their quite sizable difference in ages. Mm-hmm. And there was a bit where he was playing a game with her saying, welcome to Maisie, give me your answer, do. And every question he asked her, the answer was do. And by the end of it, Maisie Williams is laughing her head off.
That's
I might even include a link to that, because it's like a BBC video. Mm. It's really quite funny.
Sam Swift didn't really do too much. I liked his gallows humor. It was
quite literally, as it turns out.
Yeah. Yeah,
He was
I-
harmless in the big sense of things.
yeah.
He was the worst robber ever, basically.
But that was the point. I mean, for God's sake, he was called Sam Swift the Quick.
Yeah.
Which apparently he named himself, so...
And they named another highwayman, when the scene at the beginning with the nightmare, but I can't remember what they were called. They were even worse. But yeah, he shows up, he attacks the nightmare, he gets pretty soundly beaten by the nightmare. The doctor
You
prefers
can't, for some reason, tell that Lady Me is a woman, even though she's not using her fake voice thing.
Yeah. Although I think he realizes at the end.
Well, yes, at the end. But not when he's attacking her.
Yeah. But that scene for me didn't really do anything. The scene that, as Fresno has pointed out, the gallows humour for me.
And the doctor joining in after he said no banter. Just because he's trying to save a man, so he crosses his own line to try to
Doctor!
save a guy.
Doctor! Come over here! I'm a robber!
Have you taken anything for it? It was corny, but it worked.
Oh,
And
yeah.
all the dick jokes. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I love the subversion. Big nose.
Big handkerchief.
Big...
What was that a dick? I suppose it was a dick joke.
yeah, it was.
A subverted dick joke,
He was setting up for a dick joke, but the
Yeah.
doctor just like
Big
didn't
nose,
get it.
big hands, big feet.
yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
But I also like what the gallows humour scene, if we're going on to that, is how it was a breakup from... We just had a very heavy scene where Lady Me was explaining why she'd become what she'd become, and the doctor was sort of worried that he'd lost her, and then we had the comedy to break it up. That's a good use of comedy.
There you go.
Plus, it also made sense in context because even Sam Swift said, as long as they're laughing, I'm not dead.
Yeah, while you laugh, I live.
Yeah.
Which, again, was a really good line. Probably a contender for one of the best lines of the episode, in fact, although there are a lot. I mean, Catherine Treganna knows how to write good dialogue.
Oh, yeah.
Man, you have a bounty on your head. It's a solid 20 pounds. 20 pounds for my head? Wait, I know where Lady Me keeps her money.
It's at least 30 pounds
30
worth.
pounds. Now you're talking.
They were the worst guards ever, by the way.
Well, seeing as one of them shot off his gun prematurely, which might also be a dick joke.
I suppose
my
it
God.
I
could.
hate when that happens.
It could be that. I like how Lady Me wasn't at all bothered, he just shot a hole in her ceiling. But I suppose she was preoccupied
Yeah.
with the whole opening the portal thing. And speaking
By
of
the
the
way,
portal...
speaking as a girl, her dress was fabulous.
Yes.
She was pretty fab, I will.
She looked
say
great
that.
in both her outfits. The highwayman get-up and especially that dress. I was concerned how they were going to translate a shielder to more modern times, and they did it fantastically well.
No, she's grown through it. She's learning to adapt and shit.
Oh, indeed. And the second supporting character barely is even in this episode, but I feel we have to mention it because he's technically the villain. It's Leandro.
Okay.
The Beast from the horrible 1987 Beauty and the Beast TV show had better makeup than Leandro. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Hey, Rainiac, didn't Lady Gaga write a song about him once?
Leandro. Oh my god.
What? I'm
Someone out there will get it.
No. Okay. I'm gonna say this.
She's talking about Alejandro. God damn it.
Yeah, no, we got it.
I got the joke. Okay. Alright, so Girl Who Died and Woman Who Lived are sort of two parts of the same whole, and both of them have less than effective villains. They're kind of silly, if we're being honest. The difference is the Meyer were funny silly. Leandro is just an ineffective Doctor Who villain put in there because for some god-awful reason you gotta have an alien in Doctor Who. You couldn't just do a pure historical with a lot of
That's why I said
ramifications
they
of
have
the
like
Shielder.
an action quota or something.
Yeah, it's more
It's
like
just
an
that whole last 10 minutes was just horribly written.
We'll get to that in a minute. We're talking about Leandro here.
I know, but he's part of the last 10 minutes and he's horribly written.
Okay, you'll get your jet. I'm just saying that he's ineffective. This guy, he's one of the most ineffective Doctor Who.
Oh, he's a
villains
chump.
in his memory. He's nothing.
He is a
chump.
pedigreed chump.
He has the worst death ever in Doctor Who.
Okay.
No.
You okay, Kuchiri, keep your big handkerchief in your pants here. We're coming to the top of the last 10 minutes.
My Fresno, how did you know?
Moving on.
Lucky guess.
Moving on.
No, but that's the thing. So the Mire was silly funny. The entire thing was silly and it was amazing, and you had yakety sacks over them running like cowards. Leandro was just, oh, hey, I tricked you. I'm gonna kill everyone. Oh, shoot, you did a thing. I'm dead now. Bye.
I do think he was pretty cool looking.
Looking, yes. Well,
I do think he had a great
Kuchiri
voice.
disagrees because of some shit about Ron Perlman. Or
I do think he had a great voice.
Okay, the shots of him in the dark with the glowing eyes. Woo. That was
Yeah.
I don't
But
know
when
why.
you
For
actually
some
see
reason,
him, there was better makeup on the Beast from 1987.
That was a cartoon.
You just said that. You just made the thing. Yeah, we get it. He looks like a shitty.
I'll say one thing for Leandro, and in fact, a lot of the plot. I get the feeling Catherine Treganna is a fan of Thundercats.
Oh Jesus!
Because I actually had to stop myself calling him Lion-O.
Oh, for
and then you got the Eye of Hades, and I thought, well, the Eye of Thundera. You just need to mount it in a sword, for God's sake. It's the Eye of Thundera.
The Eye of Hades. I should mention that really quick. It seems like another Von Daniken sort of thing, where it's like, oh, hey, mythological stuff from ancient history is actually just aliens fucking around. We've had that a lot in Doctor Who.
I didn't mind that.
It's but it's like it didn't really go anywhere with it, so I don't know how I feel about that.
But yeah, I think as Doctor Who villains go, I don't think Leandro is going to rank that highly.
I mean, is there anything about lions breathing fire in Greek mythology? Anything else?
The Chimera.
Maybe the Chimera.
Okay, okay. If he stung people with a scorpion tail, maybe.
For God's sake, he was a Leonian from Delta Leonis. We get it, guys. He's a space lion.
Yeah, and Doctor Who had space lions already,
and that's really all that he brought to the episode. So yeah, I think as villains go, he wasn't that great. He was just kind of there to provide an antagonist for the Doctor to fight, and Lady Me, of course, when she sees the light.
And to provide the exciting action climax of the last 10 minutes, which we're going to talk about now. Take it away, Handkerchief Boy.
Basically, the whole episode up to that point was just beautifully written. Like, we've been talking about it. We just done nothing but gash about how well everything was. May was awesome. The Doctor did great as usual. And then they decided to kind of rush things. So basically, she thinks that she has to kill people in order to get off the planet. Mind you, throughout the episode, she keeps on asking, hey, can I go with you? Can I go with you? Can I go with you? And the Doctor keeps on saying no. But she decides that she has to kill people. And then she finds out that, oh, hey, there's an execution happening, so I don't have to kill that person. I'll just be there when this person dies.
You forgot to mention why she thinks she has to kill people.
Well, in order to activate the Eye of Hades, one person has to die and to open up the portal to, well, anywhere in the world. Yeah.
Thank you.
Can I mention one quick thing here?
Go ahead.
The reason that the Doctor doesn't want to take Lady Me with him is because it wouldn't be good. So we have the Into the Dalek ambiguity here. Whether it'd be good morally or with the other meaning, you know what I mean. Objectively, whatever.
But we do get an explanation for what exactly he meant later on.
Later on, but anyway.
But yeah, anyway, they go to the scaffold to see Sam Swift hang. It doesn't work out because he manages to save himself with his comedy routine. That will also become important at the end.
And also the Doctor uses his psychic paper.
Yeah, good return for the psychic paper.
As Shielder decides, oh hey, you know what? Yeah, after all this time, I'm just going to kill you myself with the fucking pendant.
You want to see someone die? How's this? Bang!
Yeah.
Holy crap!
The lion who was supposedly last his race was all good. Nope. He lied. And
I fooled you. Now we're gonna kill everyone.
Yeah.
It's like that scene in Spaceballs. Fooled you!
Yeah, I was gonna say, it reminded me of that.
Yeah.
Can someone overdub that, please? So when the portal first opens up, we get the fooled you, and then when he gets disintegrated, we have fooled you again.
Yeah. Basically, everyone's dying. Very horrible special effects, and a shielder was like, me decides, oh crap, I don't know why I did all that shit. I actually care. I care. And then she pulls out the chip from the last episode, the convenient plot device.
It wasn't.
It wasn't.
It wasn't because of this scene.
Well, it's just, I kind of was hoping that, she will hold on to it for at least another season or two.
And like we said, there would be nobody she could possibly give the chip to.
Yeah,
she knows what this is like.
What the development's all about.
But this way, we don't get another Moffat puzzle box. Who's going to get the chip? Who's going to be the lucky one or unlucky one?
Well, it's not that.
This way, it's gone. There's no way that they can try to, Deus Ex Machina.
Well, hang on. Remember the leaf from Series 7? That came back somehow.
No, but, basically she finds someone. Who cares? Whatever, right? But anyway, pull out the chip. They use it on Sam Swift. He revives, and the lion screams like, hey, what the fuck? And he blows up.
I do think they could have had some slightly better editing on Leandro's death. Because it was just it wasn't even... It could have even been a teleport. It wasn't.
Yeah, you didn't even see anything. They apparently had kill the king button on the planet.
They didn't even shoot a laser at him.
He's the king of seas, and they apparently have a kill the king button.
He wasn't necessarily the king. He wasn't necessarily the king. We've not seen other Leonians, so for all we know, they could wear the crown as a sort of status symbol. They could all have crowns on. Or he had it to sell the myth to Lady Me that he was the king of his people and he was the last one.
Or it's just a fashion thing.
So I think we're trying to read too much into this that's not actually there.
You know what I just realized?
What?
The resolution of the episode where they fix Sam Swift, so they turn his death into life. You know what they do?
Don't.
No
more mirrors.
No.
Oh. I was gonna say a mirror thing, but I was thinking that it is definitely they do reverse it. The mirror of death is life, but what they do is they reverse the polarity of the mortality flow. You said no mirrors. It's not a mirror.
God damn it.
God damn it, Fresno. Alright, well after all that silliness, and one other thing I will point out is that the sheer ineptitude of Leandro, because he doesn't actually kill anybody.
He just sort of pounces around.
He sort of pounces on them. He breathes fire, but doesn't manage to hit anything. He sort of knocks them down.
They could have used Benny Hill here too, and it would have been fine.
Benny Hill?
Yes.
He has claws. He had fangs, and
but that's not the major thing that makes him look like a complete and utter idiot. It's when she holds up the chip and he doesn't try and take it from her. Well, there's this half-hearted swipe for it.
Oh, no,
but rather than try and, I don't know, fight the Doctor or kill Lady Me before she can administer the chip, or when she doesn't administer the chip, go out fighting, he just sort of stands there.
No, he sort of starts to run away before they cut away to a different...
He hits her. He hits Lady Me. Because you hear a sort of whiplash effect, and then she reels back, and the Doctor grabs her. But again, he was not an important part of the episode, so that's why they wrote him off that quickly. So for that, I don't have a problem with it.
And he's not the only one who did nothing, because as soon as Sam Swift comes back and the beam, stops and the portal closes, all the villagers are clapping. Yeah, this man got brought back to life. Yeah, we're not gonna start yelling about witchcraft or anything. Yeah.
Yeah, but I suppose priorities. They were just happy to be alive.
It's like they had done so well before, though, with the mob mentality, where only one person needs to say, hang him, and everybody else is like, hang him.
And Leandro does it, of course.
Everybody's clapping.
Hang on. Maybe one person started clapping and really happy, and everyone just joined in. Mob mentality, yay. We're all alive.
Yeah. That's a good explanation as anything. That's the one good thing Leandro did do. That's the one good thing Leandro did do, is when he actually initiates the hanging, mentality. Time to hang!
Come on, do it! I want to kill everyone on Earth. I mean, go home. Yeah.
It was so obvious he was going to betray everybody.
Oh, yeah.
It's a Doctor Who villain.
But some villains are more complex than others.
Yeah.
And Leandro is not complex at all. Misty is complex as hell. Leandro is about as one-dimensional as it gets.
But he's dead.
I would say Misty's more just... She's not complex, because she's predictable, but she's weird with how she does it.
Being predictable does not make you not complex.
One of you guys help me. I can't think of it. Was there ever a time where there was a villain, so to speak, but they wanted to actually help better the human race, but the way they were doing it was wrong?
The monk.
The who?
The mad monk.
Oh, the meddling.
Oh, the meddling monk. Sorry.
You're really pulling back for this.
But it's true.
Well, I don't know if he was less concerned with helping the human race and more just fucking around.
I suppose.
I wouldn't mind seeing that, though, a moral dilemma where he's doing good, but he's doing it, like, in all the wrong ways.
The best way to think about that of comparison there is not Doctor Who, but Ra's al Ghul, possibly, from Arrow.
Oh.
I don't know if he's doing good or not. In a bad way, obviously.
He's not doing good, but he was keeping Hive in check, though.
He's more of an ends justifies the means sort of guy.
What was his name again?
Ra's al Ghul.
Is that like any way related to Ra's al Ghul?
Yeah.
No. It's pronounced Raish.
That's how
it's the same character, Cap, just in a different series.
Yeah, you pronounce it Raish.
But
the Batman movies,
Roz.
the Batman movies mispronounced it.
Yeah. But the animated series got it right. It's Ra's al Ghul. Anyway, moving on from that. My favourite scene in this whole thing is the scene in the tavern, in the Swan with Two Necks.
Neat.
Yeah,
This is beautifully written.
Basically, you find out what me is going to do for the rest of eternity on Earth.
And I've got chills.
Oh boy.
It's a fantastic in-universe way to explain why she can't travel with the Doctor, because really, we all know it's down to scheduling conflicts.
Yeah, but it makes sense. I mean, if she travels with the Doctor, she will, she would eventually slowly lose her humanity. And that's what he really wants to keep with her.
It's not just that, though. It's that he needs a mayfly, to use her language. He needs someone like Clara who can steer him in the right direction because she's got that mortality, that threat hanging over her. He needs that. If he takes me on board with him on board the TARDIS, yes, they'll have adventures together, but she'll not really be in peril.
I have some Clara thoughts when we're done with this wrap up, like the TARDIS scene. And
I'm more convinced than ever now we are going to see Lady Me, a Shielder, whatever she calls herself next, later in the series.
There's one nice thing though. So that I can't get into that yet. TARDIS scene. I can wait.
Well, we're almost done. One thing I want to mention, just a kind of a crazy theory I've got here. I mean, I've already had one that was shouted down about perhaps Missy being in the RIP pages. I don't think that's likely, but I do think the RIP pages might have significance later on. Who knows?
I don't think they will. Because she said before that the reason she keeps the pages that have her kids dying was so that she would remember that it's bad to have kids. I think it was just something that was so heart-wrenching, it wasn't worth remembering at all.
It could be that. It could be that entirely. But one thing I think that might have a little bit of a clue is her name, which I didn't get to mention in the Viking episode. I looked up Ashilda, because it's a bit of an odd name. Can't remember seeing it before.
Well, it's Norse or Viking.
Well, it's Viking, it's Norse, yeah. And it turns out it is two words together, so I need to say this correctly because otherwise it's going to sound like I'm being rude. But Aj, which is God, I think, and Hilda, which is battle. So, God of battle. Does that not sound just a bit like the Minister of War?
Oh.
Are they being really clever?
This would be a very clever puzzle box if it was.
Well, when we get to the TARDIS scene, I'm going to have a bit of a rebuttal for your really clever puzzle box theory.
We can get to the TARDIS scene right now.
Well,
That's all.
can I bring up the Jack Harkness joke?
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, Jack Harkness' reference.
Yeah.
I when I was screaming about like all the possibilities of Immortal Shielder last week, that's something I mentioned. The Shielder and Jack Harkness hanging out.
That would be amazing.
It would be.
Who's Jack Harkness? Oh, don't worry, he'll get to you eventually.
Or she'll get to
I
him.
didn't watch Torchwood. Is Jack Harkness still alive by the end of it?
Yes.
Yeah, no. You know when he dies, right?
No.
Season 3 of Doctor Who.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like in Torchwood.
No,
didn't watch
he
Torchwood.
well, technically, if he's the face of Bo, and it's never actually been confirmed he was the face of Bo,
It's pretty much.
it could have just
I
been
don't know. Maybe Torchwood ended with him being the face of Bo. I don't know.
No, it
I
didn't.
don't watch
It didn't.
Yeah. Who watches Torchwood? Seriously, Jesus.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Anyway,
Cyberwoman.
TARDIS scene. Actually, before we get to the TARDIS scene, there was one thing that you thought the line, Cat, that I think I'm very glad I saved you a shielder. Oh, I think everyone will be. You think that's just like Catherine Treganna being clever?
Yeah, it really sounds like she's being meta here and talking to the audience. Like, everybody's gonna love this episode, so it's great that they kept a shielder alive. So, I'm pointing it out to you.
She does seem to be a firm fan favourite already, from what I've seen.
I liked this episode. She has promise, definitely. Yes, that's good.
As long as she comes back, and I'm almost
As
certain
long as
she'll.
As long as they don't have her write action scenes.
Or like as long as they have her write a competent villain, that would be.
And then, having not been in the whole episode, actually, I actually agree that she wasn't in the whole episode. I agree with the idea because it would have been too much with the Doctor and her and the Shielder. Clara swans back in.
It would have been.
Yay, Clara!
And we get this rather telling scene in the TARDIS.
Okay, now may I?
Go ahead.
All that clever puzzle box talk you're talking about, Minister of War, is kind of not valid because they are telegraphing really, really hard that Clara's gonna die because like there was that talk in the chimney like how many Claras have you lost? There's a bunch of other stuff in Girl Who Died, and it's basically at this point like the writer has a bunch of shady mobsters coming to your house and saying that sure is a nice Clara Oswald you got there. It'd be a shame if anything were to happen to her.
The Joss Whedon approach.
Yeah, that's basically what they're doing here. It's like, gee, it sure would suck if Clara died. Clara's mortal. Clara's mortal. They're practically screaming it. Like,
Am I allowed to have a rebuttal to this?
yes, you are.
I agree that the foreshadowing that Clara's going to meet with a horrible fate is getting stronger each and every week. This week we have her saying, "Don't you worry, daft old man, I'm not going anywhere." And then that look, that haunting look just before the next time hits, leads me to believe that there is a rumour going, but not a rumour. There is a fan theory.
Oh, you're going to bring up this? Really?
Am I allowed to?
You believe that?
No, I don't. I don't.
Okay.
I just think this scene adds a bit more credence to it.
Okay.
There is a fan theory going around, and however you read into it is your decision, that Clara is actually already dead. And the Clara we've been seeing...
Are you really Sixth Sense?
No, she's not a ghost.
I can't speak today.
She's not a ghost. The Clara we're seeing is either a hard light hologram, which I don't agree with at all, or it's Clara from different points in her timeline when she wasn't travelling with him originally, and the Doctor's trying to find a way to circumvent her death.
Except no, because then she would talk to the Doctor, and they'd
I think the only evidence I've seen for this is that the cloister bell is constantly ringing in Series 9.
Yes, that's a bit odd, isn't it? That's a bit odd. I also think that with me appearing in the selfie, not me, Lady Me, Maisie Williams, one of us was going to fall into the trap. I guess it had to be me. Maisie Williams appearing in the selfie at the end, that might actually indicate that this is going to be subverted. And Clara's going to survive because she's going to become the latest leftover. Ashilda is now the patron saint of the Doctor's leftovers.
So does that mean that in 1976 she showed up in Aberdeen to walk Sarah Jane home?
Yes.
Oh God, yeah.
Yes. That would be awesome.
Man, she's gonna have a hard time getting to Rose then.
And that's another. that was good. I like that.
Well, Rose found some way to get to the regular world.
And then left again. Funny you mentioned Rose. The last time they foreshadowed this hard that a companion was going to die was Rose and then also Donna. And both of them survived.
Of them died.
Both of them survived. So, at the moment...
Donna did get a really
At the moment, it's 50-50. They might kill Cora off permanently. They might not.
Well, let's think on Amy and Rory, too, because the last episodes are just like, boy, Doctor, we sure love traveling with you. We'll travel with you forever and ever, and nothing bad will happen ever. Oh, no, an angel.
And then they actually died.
Not on camera, though. Not on camera.
Yeah, that's why
they lived out their lives, but still.
The last companion to die on camera, apart from Adric, is actually, again, going way back. Isn't it Sarah Kingdom? Sarah Kingdom?
Yes, Mike. Oh man. Most people don't. When did you do your homework?
I always do my homework.
Would any of the one-off companions in the Christmas specials count?
Yeah, if they do, then Astrid Path as well.
Yeah.
And maybe if you count her as a companion, Adelaide Brooke. But proper full-time companion is Adric. So we'll just have to see if she survives or not.
And forget Katarina.
Yeah, all right. That'll come at the end. So anyway, overall thoughts then on this episode?
It was really, really good, but I didn't like it as much as Girl Who Died because of reasons. But it still had a lot of good emotional beats, and I really dug it. So
fair enough.
Great.
Kuchiri?
Great episode until the climax.
Fair enough. Kat?
Agreed. I especially love the emotional aspect of it, and they're talked about, what immortality does to a human being.
Yeah, and I really echo what all three of you said, really. I really enjoyed it as well. I enjoyed The Girl Who Died a lot. On reflection, I think I love this one just a little bit more.
Reflection?
No.
I'm sorry.
No.
I'm so sorry.
Wait, you're mirroring all three of our reviews?
Oh my God.
What?
I said echo. God. I said echo.
Brainiac's become a triple mirror.
Oh God.
What does this mean?
The point I was trying to make before we started bleating like goats was that this is a character study, and as I say, it's a two-hander between Capaldi and Williams, and it really worked in that regard. And Catherine Treganna really knows how to write dialogue. I've said that already, and I hope she returns to write another episode.
Did we mention before we go? Did we mention that this was the first time a woman has written an episode since 2008?
We didn't, but now we have. So thanks for that.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. The last time a woman wrote was the Santaran two-parter,
and it won't be the last time a woman writes this series.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to elaborate any further because people may not know. So
yeah, I don't know, so don't say it.
That could be spoiler territory. So next time, then.
I actually spoiled myself. What's going to happen in episode 11? I'm looking forward to it.
Well, don't tell us. I've still got a bone to pick with you from last time you were on this show. Because you spoiled the thing about the faces.
I didn't hear the thing about the faces, but still, seriously. No.
And then sure enough, next episode, he goes over the world and it's going to be the faces. God damn it, Kuchiri, you've spoiled it for me.
I didn't see it coming, so I was surprised.
Yeah. Anyway, next time, we've got...
The remake of Terror of the Zygons that we never knew we wanted.
The Zygon Invasion.
Hey, look, there's Osgood.
Yeah. I've been keeping silent about this for months, by the way.
What?
Osgood was returning.
Oh.
Yeah, I said a while ago that I accidentally spoiled myself. This is what I spoiled myself for.
Yeah. But it was a press release, so it's not really a spoiler.
I gotta say, I'm surprised that the whole Zygon thing took off. They only got the one classic series story, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, let's put them in the 50th. Oh, let's make a big two-parter about them. Zygon.
Do you know why they were in the 50th, though, don't you?
No.
It was down to David Tennant.
So what you're telling me is the Zygons came back because David Tennant is a goddamn Classic Who fanboy like me.
Yeah, he said that they were his favourite monster, and he would love the chance to actually be in a story featuring them. So they wrote the Zygons into the 50th anniversary.
Dear Peter Capaldi, please tell Muffet to put the axons in.
Yes.
Bring back the fish people.
No.
Free the fish
You
people.
know what we haven't seen in a while? The Orons.
Autons.
The Aurons?
Autons. Fuck.
The character
mean
from Final
the-
Fantasy X? What the?
Or did you mean the Ogrons?
No, I think
No,
he means the Autons.
The Autons.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the Zygon invasion.
Bring back the Candyman.
We've got the return of Osgood.
No.
And it looks like we've got a continuation of Day of the Doctor, as I previously mentioned, and Death in Heaven. Which Osgood is alive?
But which one?
I'm saying the real one.
I'm saying the real one because that was what my theory was about, and I'm pretty sure.
Your theory's looking more and more plausible by the week, by the way, dude.
Yeah.
So congratulations for that.
Yeah, the only thing I'm still hung up on is if Zygons can change clothes or not, because she was wearing different clothes. And
Again, because they realized in the episode which one was real, which one was fake, all they had to do was, oh hey, just reach change into me while I'm naked. So you could just put clothes on.
Really skeevy and gross.
I feel like the picture that's shown in the trailer is going to be important because it shows the two Osgoods side by side, but one's wearing a scarf and one isn't. And when she got vaporized,
that could be a flashback though.
When she got vaporized, she was wearing a scarf. Alternatively, she might still die for real in Death in Heaven, and this is actually taking place before Death in Heaven, but I don't know.
New theory. In the Zygon episode, Osgood wears the coat.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God, yes.
That can happen. That's
Possibly.
the only thing that she hasn't really worn yet.
But
I want nothing more than to see her in a
It'll
coat.
be that or the leak. It'll be that or the leak.
Okay. Enough about what Osgood's going to wear.
Or a bow tie.
This episode seems to be very action-packed. Guys, I'm trying to keep us on the rails here. Just give me a bit of latitude. It seems to be very action-packed, this episode, and I'm slightly worried about it because of the writer.
Why?
Because he wrote Kill the Moon.
But
He also wrote the fantastic Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, so I'm willing to give him a chance.
Okay. I'm gonna say this. The parts of Kill the Moon that I liked were spectacular. So I still have high hopes for this one.
Yeah, I'm going in with an open mind. I don't think Kuchiri is the way he's weeping openly on microphone.
Don't worry. The Zygon's not going to be an egg, Kuchiri. You're fine.
So we're going to take a week to get Kuchiri mentally prepared for the next episode, and we will see you next week when we review the Zygon invasion. Until then, I've been Rainiac. Until then, I've been Rainiac. Thank you very much.
The Zygon.
Thank you very much to my guests for being with me, and we'll see you next time when we review the Zygon invasion. Until then, bye for now.